The 1984 crisis, which worsened the already precarious food emergency situation in the African regions of Sahel, gave rise to a widespread opinion movement and a number of fundraising actions on behalf of the population affected. The mobilization was unprecedented, and the actions undertaken were successful in collecting means and money. But what was the price for this? All the emergency aid campaigns focused on some specific countries and on only two symptoms, famine and drought. In so doing, they spread a partial image of the real situation. And this is why they were seen as a failure rather than a success by people permanently committed to cooperation. Some saw these actions as among the most important actions ever undertaken on behalf of the Third World. Others saw them in contrast with education to development and denounced the negative impact of the donor-beneficiary relationship upon the African's life. The previously mentioned analysis led to planning research on the image of Africa, to be carried out by some non-governmental organizations from 6 European Community countries and some African advisors from 7 other countries. The aim was to identify, on the one hand, the messages spread during the crisis by the big media networks and the cooperation non-governmental organizations, and on the other hand, the European audience's perception of the problem. From the African point of view, the impact of these messages upon aid policies was to be analyzed too. The people involved in the research work came from 13 European and African countries. In the opening session, the results of the surveys carried out nationally and coordinated over the last 2 years were illustrated. We'll be giving a concise account of the main points dealt with in the general report and in the subsequent debate.
Le premier point qui a été développé dans la synthèse dans les rapports africains, c'est la nature et les causes de la crise. Selon toutes les agitations qui se sont faites au cours de ces dernières années autour de la famine, les Européens ont montré que pour eux, la crise alimentaire en Afrique a été une catastrophe spectaculaire et soudaine. Mais pour les Africains, la crise alimentaire est plutôt un processus et non pas un événement. Elle constitue la partie visible d'un phénomène plus profond. Ces causes profondes tiennent à la dépendance de l'Afrique envers le Nord, processus entamé sous la période coloniale et qui se perpétue aujourd'hui à un degré plus ou moins fort par l'entremise des structures politiques et culturelles répandues par l'école et les médias. Il y a une déformation provoquée par l'aide au développement. D'abord, à une époque où le mot-clé est partout partenariat, les priorités des donateurs continuent à déformer le contenu des projets.
È stato identificato uno sviluppo della notizia e della storia della notizia sull'Africa in questo periodo in 5 fasi. La prima fase si parte da una situazione normale di scarsissima ed episodica informazione, abbiamo visto ci fa eccezione soltanto il Sudafrica, e questa attenzione è limitata ad eventi di carattere eccezionale, all'interno dei quali giocano o i vertici politici europei oppure i ribelli, gli omicidi, i banditi, insomma questo tipo di soggetti. Un innalzamento continuo del livello di catastroficità della notizia. Deve togliere il tappo di questa carica emotiva che esiste presso l'opinione pubblica, deve dar luogo appunto ad un'iniziativa che ha risolto, sembrerebbe apparentemente, tutti i problemi.
Après 1968, toutes les luttes populaires, qu'elles se passent en Amérique du Sud ou en Afrique, trouvent de l'écho et de la résonance. On ne peut donc plus établir cette espèce de cordon sanitaire géographique entre ce qui se passe ici, ce qui se passe là-bas, entre ce qu'on pense ici et ce qu'on pense là-bas. La Libre Belgique n'a pas envoyé d'envoyé spécial sur place, il n'y a pas eu de reportage sur le terrain, c'était une succession de communiqués de presse réinterprétés. Par contre, la dernière heure envoie très très vite un envoyé spécial sur place et fait une conduite de l'opinion par les yeux. Par les yeux, c'est-à-dire qu'elle montre les victimes et elle fait le récit de l'arrivée de l'aide nationale belge dans un pays totalitaire.
This picture, 3 African children, smiling, well-fed, happy, and... oh, wrong way. And this picture of an African woman were the kinds of pictures that we showed to young people during our research, and the kind of response we got to these pictures was, oh, here is an African who has been helped.
Africa is perceived as a reservoir of poverty. All Africans are perceived to be poor, and this poverty is perceived to be of an absolute kind, not just of a relative kind. And one of the things that came out that they didn't regard as Africa was a picture that we had of city life, picture number 8, which shows Africans sitting on a street. Very many rejected this. It didn't fit their preconception about Africa. It is ourselves, the Danes and the Europeans, we have to change, not the image.
We're going to pass the microphone directly to Mr. Ouedraogo to have the full report from Burkina Faso.
Merci. Je crois que on pleure aujourd'hui encore sur l'Afrique. Et je pense qu'on pleurera toujours sur l'Afrique si on continue à entretenir la confusion entre les causes profondes de la famine, du sous-développement, avec les effets du sous-développement. Nous ne sommes pas venus ici pour accuser, mais pour faire comprendre que les responsabilités du Nord et du Sud sont partagées dans la situation dramatique traversée par l'Afrique et les Africains. Concernant les facteurs extérieurs, nous pouvons dire que nous sommes dans une situation en Afrique où les économies restent encore extraverties, tournées vers l'extérieur. où les économies sont satellisées, de plus en plus intégrées dans un système mondial d'économie marchande. Il y a eu les indépendances. Vous me direz que l'occasion a été donnée pour que les Africains se prennent entièrement en charge. Mais il y a eu l'effet du néocolonialisme. C'est-à-dire qu'après l'indépendance, il y a eu l'action des sociétés d'intervention extérieure qui pratiquement se sont partagées la plupart des États africains et ont décidé à fond sur l'orientation des économies. Et vous avez bien remarqué que la première décennie du développement en Afrique après les indépendances a été un échec.
Nimechoka heri nirudi kwetu nisaidie wazazi wangu kulima shamba. Zangu sasa nimechoka heri nirudi kwetu nisaidie wazazi wangu kulima shamba.
I think the truth is that without the market women in West Africa and East Africa, and without the farmer woman in Southern Africa, most African countries and their formal and informal economies would have long collapsed. Then I wonder what the image makers would have portrayed as the victim of all this. Because truly speaking, the African woman is the pillar of the African economies. But she is very, very invisible.
Everybody, and that's what it's all about. Hey!
It's no accident, as a matter of fact, it's no accident that the countries that still face massive food deficit and starving are countries that are engaged or engulfed in a war situation. Ethiopia, Sudan, Mozambique, Chad, Angola. These are the countries that are engaged in a very intensive war. Millions of people are displaced, both as refugees and internally. In the case of Ethiopia, there are perhaps 1 million refugees in Sudan. The number that are internally displaced are countless. Therefore, if the image of Africa needs to be reoriented or addressed in a positive sense, the issue of war should also be very central. That's why, for example, most of you, I know for a fact, most of the international NGOs had to engage in what we call cross-border operation to respond to the human needs, because the countries or the parties in the conflict have been unable to reach to some kind of an agreement so that relief and food assistance would reach those who are in need. At this time, there is more probably
military assistance going to these places than they do economic assistance. And this should be taken seriously because, as I said earlier, no meaningful economic development or recovery program could be seriously addressed unless the issue of war and peace is also addressed. Thank you.
One working group on the media and another working group on collaboration between African and European NGOs, in which we would try to make the link, as it was pointed out already this morning, to analyze and to make the link between images projected, education carried out in Europe, and initiatives, alternatives, development in Africa.
In the various workshops, communication problems intertwined with economic ones, and with the search for the possible forms which development has to take in the joint European and African non-governmental organizations' action. These subjects were then related in the general meeting debate in a perspective of real criticism and self-criticism regarding the role which international cooperation comes to assume in northern countries. In particular, it was stressed that public aid for development tends to become a sort of business, whose function is to guarantee the non-governmental organization's survival, both in the northern and in the southern areas, with projects not always interacting with the efforts undertaken by the Africans themselves to promote their own development. All this strengthens the image of a dependent Africa, which is merely a consumer of resources and does not challenge the Western economic system. It even expands its market.
People produce historic events, and then they buy the interpretation and the news of those historic events from news agencies, big news agencies, or important multinationals, in television multinationals from the north. So in fact, the interpretation of our history that lots of us consume in the south is given to us by the north. So in that process, information is transformed into a merchandise, and in the process, the producers of the raw material, i.e. the historic event, are transformed into buyers of the manufactured good, the news item, the film from television, the film from video, the radio program. In my own country, Mozambique, we share a lot of information with other southern African countries, Zimbabwe, Tanzania, Zambia, Botswana, Lesotho, etc. So we give them whatever little we have, and they give us whatever little they have. And at a certain, a new dimension of information is appearing very slowly, very embryonic still, but it is beginning, an information that has not gone through the whole industrial mechanism.
Programa Aldeia Comunal. Programa das aldeias comunais para as aldeias comunais.
One day of the Congress was fully devoted to the debate on TV and press information, with many European and African participants, agency directors, journalists, and communications experts. The discussion was about the mechanisms which construct a piece of news, language, and the leading information strategies in Europe. But it also focused on the attempt, now undertaken in Africa, to give a voice to the continent through the creation of the Pan-African News Agency. At the end of the Congress, some reports summarized the common strategy of the non-governmental organizations. It was reasserted that development is a long-term matter which starts with the small steps already taken towards a development which, to be real, cannot but count on the African people's autonomy and awareness.
The peace and self-help development to be supported, food self-sufficiency, the North to respect people's choices and to avoid prescribed development agendas, the recognition of local skills and manpower, and to avoid the conception that the North has it all. The role of women in Africa cannot be overemphasized and yet it receives very little development support. It was also felt that development is about reversing and weakening the processes of underdevelopment as is happening in Mozambique and Angola. It is also about strengthening the process of indigenous development efforts as was presented in the African reports. Thank
you. Donc une observation, l'information est indissociable des formes de coopération que mènent les ONG. Donc s'attaquer au problème de la communication revient à soulever le problème du type d'action. On va revenir sur ce problème du type d'action, mais cela veut dire que dans le travail de développement et dans les actions sur le terrain, les ONG pourraient à l'avenir inclure des lignes de conduite en matière d'information qui permettent déjà dans le projet de savoir quel type d'information on va mener et d'y associer directement les partenaires. Donc déjà non plus une information dissociée de l'action et menée en Europe, mais une information qui est déjà conçue sur le terrain et directement en prise avec les réalités du terrain. Ensuite, une suggestion qui est apparue à plusieurs reprises dans les débats et qui a été à nouveau mentionnée aujourd'hui et qui devra être développée, associer des entités en Europe avec des entités, avec des projets de terrain. On a cité l'exemple des travailleurs, des socioprofessionnels, on a cité l'exemple des collectivités locales. Donc, à nouveau, faire ressortir ce lien entre l'information en Europe et l'action de terrain. Cette fois-ci, en associant directement des partenaires.
Et je crois que sur ça, l'intérêt de l'organisation non gouvernementale, peut trouver des collaborations. C'est-à-dire identifier d'autres intérêts qu'il faut vérifier et qu'il faut mettre en commun, trouver des égalités si possible, ou des oppositions, parce qu'il y a aussi des oppositions d'intérêts. D'abord, sur ça, il m'est particulièrement un plaisir de remercier, comme on a déjà fait nos amis africains, mais ce n'est pas la même histoire, il faut remercier tout le monde, non. La chose qu'on a eue, c'était un premier essai, une aide. Oui, parce qu'on a toujours parlé qu'il faut changer la place de l'aide. Effectivement, on a eu une aide de l'Afrique, parce que c'était dur à comprendre que nous, on s'inquiète des choses et que quelqu'un, oui, bien travailler. Donc ça, c'est un truc très important, je crois. J'espère qu'il y avait un intérêt commun. Deuxième question. Je voudrais essayer d'aller un peu dans les détails. Il y a des intérêts dans le domaine de la communication. Il y a un système de production de l'information que moi je ne partage pas, par exemple, et qui ici m'empêche de donner la voix dans nos sociétés du Nord à deux couches sociales qui ne peuvent pas s'exprimer. Ça veut dire la reprise de la parole est un processus fondamental ici et en Afrique, par exemple.